Thrive is a systematic approach to social and emotional development. It looks at early brain development and how we can develop social and emotional skills. On evidence for learning, we can look at videos. For example, we can see if a pupil's making progress just in one class. Why is that? We can look at staff responses, use it for CPD events to develop staff understanding, looking at them right across the board. So it's not a standalone skill that they're developing, it's within every lesson. So we use it quite holistically within our PLGs. Within our PLGs, we have a social and emotional section, and we use our Thrive targets in that PLG, and it looks at the development of the child as a whole. So we look at their social and emotional targets. If they're not meeting these, they're not going to be ready to engage in learning. So therefore it impacts on their cognition and their communication targets. We can baseline pupils here to look at what level they're at emotionally and supports resilience and resourcefulness. We're going to look at one of the pupils, Nathan. We've kind of built up a bit of a case study for him now throughout the year. We'll have a look at his social and emotional targets, and these come from his PLGs. So one of his targets is to begin to parallel play with peers, which comes from his Thrive profile. So we've uploaded it onto Evidence for Learning. And you can see the range of evidence throughout the year. But if you look right back at the start of the year, we can see that Nathan quite kind of struggled with engaging within a lesson or a class. Here you can see he's removed himself from the group, he's in the corner, but he's still starting to engage with the activity. And if we move on, he's starting to engage more with staff. And then if we bring it right through, we can see that he's starting to engage with peers and parallel play. And within this as well, you can see that here, one of his targets. These targets all link in really well with each other. You can see here we've used the tags to show that it not just meets his social and emotional development skill, but also it links with his communication skills, his Thrive targets, and sensory experience. So here, Nathan, another one of his targets that you'll see in My Physical, is developing how to self-regulate if he's feeling upset. And here, staff are supporting him doing that. You can see Terry's helping him regulate by giving him a hand massage. From this, we can see that Terry is helping Nathan to regulate his emotions. And if we look then, we can actually move it on and see how he is beginning to then take this skill and do it himself, and he's beginning to self-regulate. He's getting her to massage his head. And it's great because we can use these videos in training for staff and show them how they can support and develop pupils' communication, social, emotional, all the targets. So it's really good for staff development. So if we look at this and we go into parallel play, you can see that Nathan has developed these skills and is now beginning to not only self-regulate, but he's interacting with his peers with these skills that he's developed. So he's actually now going to all our pupils and massaging their heads. Because Thrive is a tool that we like to use at home and at school, we like to work closely with parents to ensure that it's happening across the board. So it's very beneficial. We can take videos, we can share them with parents, and they can see what support they're getting at school, how they're developing, and put it in place at home.
Evidence for Learning has actually helped me understand how we can all support Nathan going forward throughout his years, his forthcoming years, in a very structured yet Nathan-led way that we can support him through and engage. We engage with him and he leads us to the next thing. And we're all working together to do that, which is wonderful.
So if we look at this target to parallel play with peers, it's really nice to have all the evidence in one place. We can click on it. You can see all the evidence, but also it supports staff in evaluating targets to see, we can look here, how well they're progressing using the MAP scale. We can have a look at how independently he's doing this. So I'd now be happy to move this to 4 because from the evidence that we see, we can see he's starting to approach peers independently more often. The fluency, we can move that up. Is he maintaining the skill? Is he doing it? Is he generalising it? Is he moving it across classrooms and different lessons? Again, this is all recorded within our evidence. You can see it's happening in different lessons with different pupils, with different staff, so we can, as a group of teachers, moderate the progress he's making. It's much easier when you have a real life example and a video that you can show staff and actually talk through it with them and pinpoint what exactly, so here such and such is helping supporting this child and look at how they respond to this. And also staff can look back and reflect and nearly look when you're looking at your own practice, then you look at it differently and how you can develop it. We've got brilliant feedback from parents and who just think it's wonderful that they can actually see, and sometimes things that they thought their child would never be able to do, that they can actually watch it, rather than, it's so much more personal than us phoning a parent and saying, look what your child has done today, it's amazing. They can see it, they can share it. I have year 7 every year, and often parents are quite worried about the transition from primary to secondary, and it can be such a big step for our pupils. And I always say to the parents, it takes us to kind of February to properly settle the new pupils in, so we can watch that progress throughout the year. For example, Nathan at the start of the year struggled really with engaging in our lessons and our activities, transitioning to different classes, and now we can watch videos of him this week where he's engaging with peers, joining in more activities.
I now can actually see what's going on in the classroom, like almost as if I was there, observing it, his learning, his interaction with other people.
The parents can see what they're doing and talk to them about what they're doing at school, and then they can also support them because they can see, okay, if they're doing this independently at school, we'll put a push on to do that at home. I have showed Nathan the videos before because we can link the iPads up now to our screens. You can put it on the Clever Touch board. They can see themselves, and they all love that. They really do.
As a parent, one of my concerns, well, my main concern is the time span we've got in which to support Nathan. And this to me actually feels this evidence for learning tool for everybody to come together and support Nathan on his learning journey is almost a gift, because with the right team and the right people around him all working together, it'll actually hone down and speed things up and help him grow and reach his potential, which only he knows what he's capable of.